Welcome to SV 67D Principles of Management 1. My name is Felicia Frida and Aqua. I'll be taking you through the contingency approach session 5, which is under Unit 2 Development of Management Theory. By the end of this session, you should be able to explain the contingency approach, mention at least 2 contributions of the contingency approach, and highlight some limitations of the approach as well. So when it comes to the contingency approach, basically all that it is saying is that you should plan for what uncertainties. So just in case, therefore, perhaps this thing happens, what can we do? And then what can we do just in case that one also fails? So plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D in some situations. That is all that contingency is looking out for. So when we're looking at contingency approach, we're saying that it's the extension of systems approach. So we made mention of systems approach in the earlier session where we're saying that we're supposed to look at things in integral form, and then we look at the business as a whole and how they also relate into what's the environment. And this is actually an extension of the systems approach, which is saying that management style and organizational structure should reflect the changing environment in which the company finds itself. So like I was making mention of, just in case, therefore, perhaps something happens, there should be another backup, something we can do. Because at the end of the day, the environment you find yourself is continuously changing. The only thing which is stagnant or well established in the world is change. Change is the only constant thing that happens. And so as a business, you should be able to what? Reflect the changing environment you find yourself. So the contribution of the systems of the contingency approach is that it has first and foremost given relevance to some of the has relevance when it comes to division of work, coordination of activities, hierarchies, and all those ones. It's been able to give some sort of relevance in there. The basic view of contingency approach assists managers to develop a more thorough understanding of the complex situations and take the appropriate actions. You realize that when COVID-19 came, a classical example was COVID-19. It taught a lot of businesses the need to look out for some of these things. So you realize that after the lockdown in, was it 2020? Yes, a year after lockdown, you realize that a lot of businesses were now planning, and they had more contingency plans. Just in case we go into lockdown, what are they going to do? So people now started looking at going online. People now looking at other means as well, just in case lockdown happens again or the economy shuts down, how their business is going to work as well. So that is one thing contingency approach teaches you. You're able to understand the complex situations and take appropriate actions in them. It's also drawn attention to difficulties with the mixed forms of organizations and the importance of different structures for different activities and situations. You realize that there is not that one thing or one solution for all situations. That is one fundamental thing in there. And so the contingency approach has actually made us appreciate the fact that situations could change, outcomes could change, activities could change. And so we're supposed to have some sort of when we are planning, there should be a mixture in there for the good days, for the bad days, for the horrible days, for the days that everything will go jolly. That is what the contingency approach actually teaches us in there. So the limitation of the contingency approach is that there's one, what we call the causal relationship, because you can't really tell what is really causing that issue or what is bringing that thing in there. And sometimes all the things you can't even predict it before they happen. Like this COVID-19 took everybody by surprise. Nobody knew we were going to go into lockdown and all those things. Another thing is organizational performance, and in as much as the organizational performance, you're actually looking out for the you're looking at the best measure of performance. The reality too is that businesses also face multiple contingencies, and sometimes you realize that the things that are happening, they are just so much they affect the structure of the organization and the structure in which you're working with as well. So these were some key limitations of the contingency approach as well. And we've looked at the contingency approach when it comes to its concept, its contribution, and then limitation. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.